So hey guys, what is up? Thank you so much for being here. Wait a minute, I don't know if this is working. Uh-oh. I think it is working. I don't even know. It's like saying, I need to relaunch this app. No, okay, we're good, I think. I'm getting like all these weird pop-ups. Anyway, thank you so much for being here for the finale chat for season 5 of How to Get Away with Murder. Hopefully everything is working for you. You can see and hear me. If you cannot, let me know, because I just got a message saying I need to restart this program, which is an external program I use to talk to you guys here. So let me know if something's weird and we can do that. So some of you may be alarmed by the title of I Don't Even Care Anymore. Well, I haven't gotten to talk to you since last week's episode, which basically told us that Laurel's family was once again at the center of everything with the show. I'm sorry about the barking. Anyway, so I was really upset when we found out that whatever his name is involved. Gosh, what's her brother's name? I can't even remember. I was like, are you kidding me? She's like the center of the show. She's like the new Wes. Like, she's the focal point of the show now, and it drives me absolutely insane, as much as it drives me crazy that my dog only barks when I'm doing one of these chats. But anyway, after the finale, Xavier, thank you. After the finale, I was like, are you serious? And because near the end of the episode, I'm going to have to go get my dog so she'll quit barking. Hang on one second. Piggy, come on, let's don't do this. Come on, let's don't bark. Where are you going? Quit running, quit running, quit running. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, we're back. Alright, so at the end of the episode last night, I was screaming at the TV. I was like, please someone come and shoot Laurel. Please murder her. Please kill her off. Like, there's nothing more that I want than that. And I was going to be so proud of the show if they killed her off, because I knew something was up. She was like saying thank you to Annalise and everything. And I was like, oh my God, this is the moment. They're going to go big. They're going to kill, they're going to like have someone appear and just shoot her and she's going to be dead. And the thing was, nope, she just disappeared, which means she'll be back next season. I'm going to say hello to all the people in the room quickly. Hi, Double D. Hi, Ben. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Unicorn. Hi, James. Hi, Hilda. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Jason. And I will get to your comments here in a second. Let me know what you guys think about the focus on Laurel. The fact that Laurel and her son are missing. Do you care? There's a lot of things I want to discuss, but the point of me having the title of I Don't Care Anymore is because I'm so over this stuff with Laurel and her family. Does anyone care about her family? I just don't care. It really upsets me that we're focusing so much on her, and like, we don't even know her brother. I don't care. I don't care about her dad. It's just so exhausting. I was just so hoping that we were doing all of this because they were going to kill Laurel in the end of the... I mean, I think they should have ended... Even if they weren't, like, brave enough to actually kill her, I think we should have ended with her getting shot and the cliffhanger being like, oh my God, did she live? And it would just be like a random shooting her, like someone in a mask, so we weren't sure, like, was that her brother? Was it like a hitman hired by the brother, hired by the dad? That's how I would have ended it. If they weren't brave enough to kill her like they killed Wes, I think we could have come back and be like, you know, she was shot, she's in a coma, blah, blah, blah. You could have just carried that out and made that really suspenseful for season 6. So there are some things about this episode that I enjoyed, but I'm going to get to your guys' comments and then we'll talk about the other aspects of the episode. But I cannot stand the focus on Laurel. I hate the way that it ended with her brother and him being involved with the governor and whatever. I'm just so over it. Now, Unicorn is asking if Michaela will be the focal point next season. So basically, something is up with her parents, and this is something that her birth parents, and we've talked about this before in the chat. A lot of people were convinced that she is actually related to Gabriel, which I don't really know if that's true, but we do know her dad's name is Dwight, and somehow he's connected to Annalise, which really shouldn't come as a shock because it seems like a lot of the people... A lot of those students have some other connections to her that they didn't even realize, aka Wes, so aka Gabriel. I guess he kind of realized, but you know, so I don't know where we're going with that. That could possibly be interesting. I don't know if we're going to tie that into Gabriel somehow because they pretty much look like they're together at this point, which I think they're really, really cute together, and I'm into that, but I'm not into it if they're like half brother and sister. So Double D says you actually... Like Annalise said, everything revolves around the Castillo family from season 3, 4, and 5. It's time to end that. Right. And again, I think I would have been okay with it if we had ended with shooting Laurel, killing Laurel, or making us think that we've killed Laurel, but keeping her alive, which is still lame. I think they should just kill her off. And we didn't do that. And she's missing, and we know she's alive. They're not going to kill off her baby. We know she's coming back. I just don't care. I'm just over it. Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Peyton. Hi, Skylar. Skylar's asking if Laurel ran away and took Christopher with her. Another good question because, you know, either she got some information that she was going to be facing some trouble because she basically said goodbye to Annalise, okay? Or she knew that after, you know, they went to the FBI about the scalping of the mother, that basically they would come for her because also she drew up the paperwork for her son to be adopted by Connor and Oliver. So it's like she knew all of this was going to happen. So was she planning an escape just to get away from all this madness, maybe change her identity, something like that? Maybe she even talked to that FBI woman about going into witness protection herself because she really wants to protect her son. So it could just be that, no, she's really not missing. She's doing all of this on her own, which I get it. And but I just don't care. Like, I understand. I don't care. Fine. Please go away. Just leave the show. Like, go. I don't care. So Peyton was saying that this episode made you cry. What about it made you cry? I'm thinking it might be the Miller stuff, which was very sad, and I do want to talk about that. Jason says you don't like that they gave away the mystery for next season. Yeah, really wasn't much of a cliffhanger. Again, the only way it's a cliffhanger to me is if they kill off Laurel. Even if she exits on her own, like she just disappears and goes into witness protection, still is lame, you know? But the fact, if she was kidnapped and killed, yes, like I'm here for that. Ben says hopefully they've actually run out of Laurel's family members to blame for the next season's worth of crimes. So the mom is dead, we think, I guess she's confirming that she's dead. Which is something else I want to talk about because honestly, I do not believe that the brother is behind the mom's murder. His face to me looked surprised. So at this point, I don't know if this is something Laurel still did and orchestrated that this scalp was sent to her, if this is part of the cover-up for herself, or if someone else was involved, or if the dad ordered it but didn't involve the brother. But I feel like by the look on the brother's face, he was shocked to hear that his mom was dead, in my opinion. Nick says, if Laurel dies, Christopher won't have a mother or father. Why would people want that? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not actually one of the Laurel haters. I actually kind of like her, but I'm beyond sick of her being the focal point of the show. I don't feel like she's a very strong character to be always the focal point every season. It's old to me. I definitely dislike her family, not just because they're criminals, but because they're boring. And I think, you know what? She basically gave over the guardianship to Connor and Oliver, and they seemed cool. I think they would be good parents, and I'm not saying that in the real world I would wish for someone's mother to be dead so they have to be raised by other people, but it's a fake scenario, and they've already figured out that they would adopt him pretty much, so I think it's totally fine. So hold on, let me read some more comments. Skylar is asking if I think Emmett is okay. Now, I think he's dead. Now, I feel like he died because his drink was spiked, and I also think that whoever did that, which again was probably Laurel's family, was also planning on taking out Tegan. Now, I have a little bit of a mixed feeling about this. I mean, I guess he's innocent, but he was really trying to get Tegan to drink a drink with him, but she doesn't, I forgot what it was, but she doesn't drink that type of drink. So then I'm wondering, I guess it was just I think someone wanted both of them dead, which makes sense because the Castillos would want her dead as well. I think he's dead. Again, he was a throwaway character just like Miller, so at the end of the day, do we care? Probably not, but he was probably a good guy, so it kind of sucks. Michelle's wondering why Annalise picked Connor out as well. Need to focus on the core characters. So again, it seems like none of these people are just in with her and her students and the students that she chose by coincidence. They all have some sort of tie to her. I think we're going to find out that all of them, you know, were there for a reason. Of course, she did say last night that Frank picked Laurel. I don't know. I don't know if there's more behind that or not. Jason says, you hope they end this show sooner than later. You're not feeling these mysteries with the Castillos recently. Honestly, it feels like they've totally run out of things to do, and I feel like it was like in 2 seconds I came up with a better cliffhanger. Even if they don't want to kill off Laurel, They should have had someone shoot her because it was either ordered by her dad, ordered by her brother, her actual brother possibly. Just shoot her and like leave us with that cliffhanger. Is she dead? I don't think we have to get Christopher involved. Don't kidnap him. Leave him alone. He's fine. But have someone shoot Laurel as they're walking out there, because honestly, I felt like either she was going to get shot or Annalise was going to get shot or something was going to go down. It just had a weird vibe there at the end when they were walking out in the public with like all kinds of people around them. It just would have been so simple for someone to shoot one of them, because, you know, Annalise has her enemies as well. Double D says the OMG moment for you was when Annalise said to Frank that he's guilty for bringing Laurel in the Keating Five because she didn't want her talk about harsh. Yes, something I just talked about, but yes, absolutely. Skylar says, so we found out that Annalise knew Michaela's dad. You want to think that's not why she picked her for the Keating Four? I'm pretty sure that's why she picked her. I mean, I don't know. It feels like an ulterior motive there. R11 or R111 says, you were so sure that she was going to get shot during that scene in the street. It reminded you so much of the season 2 finale where Mahoney was shot, absolutely. And you don't know if that was intentional, but the problem was they didn't go there. My dog has escaped me again. They didn't do it. Why didn't they do it? Maybe it was a little predictable, but I would have rather had her get shot than her mysteriously disappearing, and that is the cliffhanger. And she actually, my dog is like, she can't really hear. So when I say things to her, she can't even hear me. So it doesn't do any good. Scorpio is wondering why is everything so revolved around Laurel. Gregory is so bored of all my Castillos, like all my children. The scalping was terrifying, but Skylar brings up a good point. Does that actually mean for sure Sandrine is dead? And I think, no, I don't really know for sure. But again, her brother seemed really perplexed by the whole thing, and I think if she's dead or whatever's going on, he's not in on it. So Colliver, I feel like at first didn't agree to the like adoption, but then when they were like left alone with him, they were like, and he was like, oh, Oliver, you're really good with a baby, and maybe we should have a baby or whatever, and I think they would accept him. I think they would, you know? One second. Let me go get her. Come here. No more barking. Come here. Come here. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So here it is. I bet nobody else does a live show where they just constantly disappear to go pick up their dog. So, Gregory's bringing up a point that I wanted to talk about definitely, and that is that sadly, but I'm glad, but I'm sad for what happened, is that Miller was actually a good person, and he was trying to orchestrate the release so that Nate Sr. wasn't murdered, and that's so sad. That is so sad, and now think about how sad it is for his poor mother. Oh my God, that poor woman who I guess recently lost her husband. And I do think that Bonnie will eventually find out the truth, and Gregory says that she will die. She will die. She will die because she killed an innocent man. How terrible is that? Jesse's asking if I think Laurel will be written off the show. Maybe that's why they're trying to get Oliver and Connor to be the Guardians. No, I don't have any faith in the show right now. I think they're just like going to be like, oh, she's missing. And whoever brought up the fact that maybe she left on her own is probably what happened. She left on her own. She took Christopher. Again, I think she met with the FBI woman and something we didn't see. Since her mom was in witness protection, I think she asked to be in witness protection. And I think she's disappeared, like, only because she wants to keep her son out of harm from her family. But it's just really, 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 really lame. And I don't know how long they're going to carry on this she's missing or she's been taken or whatever. But, like, how many episodes are we going to be searching for her or whatever? I just don't care. Unless she ends up dead. I just don't care. Skylar says you thought they were about to reveal that Michaela's mom was Vivian Maddox. Right. So I really thought we were going there because we've talked about that a lot in the chat, and a lot of people were just convinced that she's related to Gabriel. And the thing is, we don't know who her mom is, right? Like, we know her dad's name, but we don't know who the mom is. They didn't say who the mom is. So could it be? Could it be? I don't know. R111 says, the way that Laurel told Xavier that she wanted to be out of this sounded shady to you. Maybe she's crazy and faked her disappearance with the help of her brother. You know, I don't know. I don't know if he's in on this. I don't know if he's helping her. He's like a really terrible person. So I'd like to think that she's not working with him because he's terrible. He's the reason that Nate Sr. was murdered. Like, I don't care that that's her brother. Like, you have to cut ties. Like, it has to be over, you know? Oh gosh, there's so many comments. I'm gonna try to get to them all. Hilda says Miller wasn't all the way innocent. The moment he even agreed to do business with Laurel's brother, he backed out, but Nate Sr. still died because of him. I don't know. I think he was playing him, and they kind of talked about that in the show. Like, he went along with it, but he was trying to double-cross him and basically have that transfer happen before, you know, Xavier was able to do what he was going to do, which was have Nate Sr. murdered. So I don't feel that Miller has any... I don't think he was at fault at all. Like, and I think they kind of cleared that up, and I think, you know, they said that with... Look at my wiggle worm. I think that Frank basically said, you know, to Annalise, like, he was innocent. Like, I think he would have said he was innocent to an extent, but, you know, he did this or that. That's how I took it, you know. Gregory says, you have to say if it's the last we see of Laurel, you're okay with it. Her and her West session have aggravated me to no end. I absolutely hated everything they did with getting Wes off the show. And ever since they went with that and they killed him off and the nonsense and who killed him and the craziness and getting Laurel's family involved. And then it's just been nonstop Laurel's family since then. And I think that has been the decline of the show. And I really thought that it was getting better, honestly. But it's going back down that same path, and it's just absolutely not good, and it just makes me really angry. And last week, you know, I wasn't here to do the chat last Friday, but last week's episode when I found out Xavier, who was Laurel's brother, was involved, I was like, no, how can we still be doing this? And honestly, here's the other thing. If I was one of the cast members on the show, one of the Keating students, I would be like, hi, can I not get like a feature here? Why is it always about this woman? Why is it about this woman like every single season? Like, does no one else matter? Can we not think of anything else? Like, let's make something up. Let's make, like, Michaela go crazy or something. Like, let's do something. Let's make Connor have a big story. Why is it always the same person, you know? So, Double D says originally they were supposed to be the Keating 4 in the first season, but Frank insisted that Laurel needed to be in the team, so that's why we had the Keating 5, and that's why she said, oh, yeah, funny, yes. Jason said last season was Where's the Baby, and next is Where's Laurel, and the next one is Nobody Cares. No, I'm joking. The true mystery is which Castillo did it this season, right? It's like literally... We can't, I mean, like, here's the thing. Maybe you're watching this chat right now and you are into the Castillo drama, and that's fine. Like, we all have different opinions. But, like, I feel like, or at least the ones who comment, everyone who's commenting, doesn't like it. Because the problem is they're not even, like, characters we know. Like, I would take anything. I would take it being, like, Frank going crazy, Bonnie going crazy, just anybody going crazy and being the bad guy or whatever. But it's, like, side characters, like, a main character's family and never-ending family members who are shady, basically like the mafia. Like, at least have the bad guys be the people we know. Like, have someone turn, or have someone, actually, they've been evil the whole time. They've been infiltrating, you know, the Keatings, and they've just been trying to, like, shut down Annalise. Like, I would be that. I don't care who it is. Make someone evil, but quit making her family... Can we not have any more villains? Like, can we not find any more villains? I mean, at this point, I don't even care if the villain is some random we've never met, as long as they're not related to Laurel, you know? Skylar says, the last scene was insane. All the people walking made it seem so scary because Laurel just disappeared. Anything could have happened to her. Hopefully murder. Hopefully she's dead and she's never coming back. And you know what? I hope someone kills her dad in prison, and I hope they killed her brother too. But I hope her baby is fine. You guys, I know, this is just, I just can't take it anymore. I just cannot take it anymore. So Gregory says, we already know why she chose Asher or Wes, and now we know why Laurel was chosen, so only Connor and Michaela are left of the Keating 5. And so my thoughts are that, obviously, Michaela is somehow connected to her, and honestly, Connor probably is too. Wasn't his dad in politics or something? I kind of remember that, you know? Now let me see, I gotta read more comments here. I accidentally hit it, and it, like, went... up, and I'm missing some comments. Okay, I'm going to go down to the bottom just because I'm kind of way behind in the comments. So if you commented something and I didn't see it, just comment again. Leader of the Bad Guy says, you gave up watching on episode 10. Do I have anything to say to make you motivated to watch? No. Unfortunately, no. It's terrible. I'm so sorry. I hate that. Gregory says, How to Get Away with Murder is turning into Pretty Little Liars. PLL was about the De Laurentises, How to Get Away with Murder is about the Castillos, and it works just as well here as it did there, which means it doesn't work at all, and we're over it. Yes, exactly. For those of you who saw Guy. Ooh, so Matt is bringing up a really good point here. Matt thinks that Tegan poisoned Emmett's drink to keep him quiet. I believe you're saying all this or whatever, and basically, you know, she could be killed if anyone found out that information because the Castillos would have her killed. But she was like, you know, if nobody in the room talks, I'm safe. So maybe she didn't trust him all the way. I definitely found that super shady. And I think you might have a point there because obviously people are going to be like, oh, the Castillos had that man killed. Or the governor. Actually, I don't think the governor would have wanted to have him killed because they were framing him for the murders. So why would they? Well, I guess maybe they would say he killed himself or something because he felt guilty because he killed Miller and Nate Sr. Or he had Nate Sr. killed. But, yeah. Yeah, I think his drink was poisoned, Lee. Yeah, I think his drink was poisoned. Leader of the bad guy says it's always like this. They introduce a new character, and then this character gets killed, and then they're framed, or someone's framing them and then dies, and nobody cares. You know, he seemed like he was a pretty decent guy, but does anyone care that we're never going to see him again? Because I don't care. And I mean, Miller, I'm sorry, Miller actually was a good guy, but we're never going to see him again unless we see him in flashbacks, and I don't care. And you know what? They killed off Wes, and I feel like I think they regret what they did with that character. And I just think that, ever since they've been scared to do anything big, so they're just like randomly killing off people we don't care about and then just having this whole Castillo thing play out, and it's just not working. So Skylar says Laurel is not dead. Oh no, I don't think she's dead. I'm just wishful thinking. But you feel like they should bring new students and develop them or something. Well, I think they did that with Gabriel, and they're trying to make him like kind of like Wes's replacement or something. Not that they're trying to make him the same character as Wes, but just like to bring a fresh person who's around the same age group, you know? So Ashley says Tegan didn't take the drink. She said she was a scotch drinker. Right. But again, that was all kind of shady. And then she called Annalise, like kind of whoever said that. Yeah, R111 said that might be her alibi. I don't know. Yeah, and so Hilda's like, they're recycling Wes storylines with Gabe. I don't know. You know, I want to really like Wes, and I want to really like Gabriel. I mean, I'm hoping he doesn't have some shady agenda. But at this point, the only thing that I got out of this finale that I thought was really good was knowing that Miller was actually innocent. And like one day when that comes up and Bonnie finds out and Nate finds out, I think that's just going to be like a monumental moment. But other than that, I was really disappointed. And I knew I was going to be disappointed based on the last week's episode. So I didn't have high hopes, and it just sucks. Leader of the bad guy says it pisses you off, Laurel, with this overdevelopment. And characters like Asher with zero development. Yes, definitely Asher is like the comic relief. And again, I feel like there has to be some resentment from the other cast members who never, ever, ever get played up to this extent. And it's like if Laurel was like this dynamic person who is definitely like the most important character or whatever, I would be like, well, that makes sense because she's like everyone's favorite. And I'm just like, well, no, I don't see that at all. And I don't understand the fact that the show is obsessed with her and obsessed with making everything about her and everything about her family. And I'm just so over it. And I just can't believe that. I just feel like it's not a smart show like it used to be. And the mysteries are not there. And I just don't care. Skylar says a lot of things came to this episode and left us with an epic cliffhanger. Seeing Annalise scream for Laurel was insane. Well, yeah, that was a great moment. I mean, let's be real. Viola is an amazing actress, and that was a really good, her acting was on point there. But I don't feel like it was a compelling cliffhanger. In my opinion, it just wasn't. Because they're not going to kill off Laurel. We didn't see any harm done to Laurel. We're not sure if she just walked off on her own or she has a deal with the FBI to be witness protection or if her brother and her had some deal or what. I don't think she's in any kind of harm. If she has been kidnapped, I don't think she's being tortured. I don't think she's being injured. I don't think someone's going to kill her baby or hurt her baby or sell her baby. She'll be back next season, probably by episode 3 or 4, unless they want to make the whole season about her, the whole season 6, which really is going to be terrible. Like, the whole season 6 is like the search for Laurel, and the whole time she went off on her own into witness protection. I don't have high hopes for it at all. Unfortunately, I thought it was one of the worst cliffhangers they've had because we know they're not going to kill her off. And again, at least have someone shoot her. And at least make it, we find out later, you know, in season 6 that the injury wasn't that bad, or she's going to make it, or she doesn't have any, like, you know, life-threatening injuries or, like, injuries that are going to affect her for life, you know? I don't know. So I'm just over it. They really need to do something big in season 6 to keep me interested. I mean, I'm probably going to watch this show till the very end because I've watched it for so long. I have a crazy dog here. But, you know, I just am over it. I definitely am feeling, it's not as silly and ridiculous as PLL, but it's starting to get to the point where they're out of ideas. The ideas they're having are terrible. And, you know, let's just go, if we're at this point, we can't think of anything better than this, let's go on with it. Let's end it. Let's make season 6 the last one. Let's just move on and find, you know, just say, you know what, we've done the best we can, and there's nothing else that we can do. All right, I'm going to let her down. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys. It's like she's having like a convulsion, but she's not. She just wanted to get down so she can bark. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being with me for this season. Some of you have been with me for all the seasons of this show, and I really appreciate that. And I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to be here doing something on the show to some extent, but I feel really sad because I'm not excited for season 6. I was excited for this half of season 5. I'm just not excited for season 6. Doesn't mean I won't watch, but I just think the show is progressively getting worse, and if you liked it, that's like no, you know, if you liked it, that's fine. I don't want to make your experience worse or make you feel like you shouldn't have liked it or whatever, because, you know, everyone has different thoughts about things, and not everyone's going to feel the way that I feel, but I want to, you know, be real here on my channel like I always do. When I don't like something, I have to be honest about that, and I just did not like it, and I unfortunately don't think we're going to move away from the Castillos because our cliffhanger is the fact that Laurel and her son are missing. So that's our focus for season 6, and I just feel really sad about that because I don't care anymore. And again, I know there's been several people coming to the chats who don't like Laurel and hate her character, and that's not me. But at the same time, please do something else. You know, kill her off or something. Do something big. And I really thought we were going to go there last night and she was at least going to get shot. You know, and again, for those of you upset because she has a son, obviously I would never wish for someone to be murdered at all, but especially for someone to have, you know, a baby being left by their only parent because they were murdered. It's a fictional show. You know, they're not going to, obviously nothing bad's going to happen to the baby. They're not going to kill the baby. They're not going to have someone harm the baby or anything like that. But it's just a shame to me because I think this used to be an excellent show. And the fact that the FBI woman, she had like the whole, I thought we were really going somewhere with the fact that she had everything connected like on the boards and everything, and she'd been following like all of their crimes, and that went nowhere. So maybe that will be, you know, something that, I know she lost her job, so I don't know if that's even going to be a thing anymore, or maybe another person will look into what she was investigating and try to continue that investigation, but I'm losing hope. And I think whenever they have their final season, I do have some hope in that because some things have to happen, or it could end and everyone could get away with everything and everyone could lead happy lives and everything will be fine. It could end that way. It could end with a happy ending. I don't know. But anyway, there's several shows coming back this season, so I'll have to figure out, I don't know what's coming back next that I'll be covering next. I know like Slasher's coming back this year, so I'll definitely do stuff on that. American Horror Story way into the future. I know this summer that, gosh, what is the name of that show? The show with Reese Witherspoon and everybody that was on HBO. It's Big Little Lies is coming back, so definitely be able to do that weekly, because before it was a book and like people spoiled me, so I couldn't do it weekly. But now it's brand new. It's not connected to a book anymore, so I'll be able to weekly do chats and stuff. I can't remember if Westworld's coming back. I think no. But I probably should find some new shows to add because a lot of stuff has ended, or a lot of stuff just isn't good anymore. But anyway, thank you again for those of you who have been here for the whole season, or however long you've been here, or some of you who've been here, like I said, since I started covering this show, which is craziness. And I hope you guys are having a great day. You're going to have a good weekend. And I will keep you guys informed on the community tab here and also on Twitter, letting you know. Yes, I'm going to watch The Perfectionist. I promise everyone I'll watch the first episode and give you my thoughts on the first episode, and we'll go from there. And that starts this month. So, again, I have really not a great relationship with Pretty Little Liars, so my hopes for this show are about as much as my hopes for Season 6 of How to Get Away with Murder, because I have to keep that real. But some people actually just wanted me to give my real thoughts about it, which, if I do like it, I'm not going to pretend I don't, you know? So, hey, I might like it. I don't know. It was kind of nice that PLL was over, and I'm kind of like, no, it's coming back. It just ended so terribly. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon, which actually I'll see you in a couple weeks for The Perfectionist. Now, I can't promise I will cover the whole season, but I will be here for that first episode. So bye, guys.